Welcome everyone to the Russell Show. I'm your host Russell Chaudhry, and today we have a special guest, Mr. Sebastien Assohou, or we call him Badoon. We prefer calling him Badoon. He's a
Hi, everyone.
certified life coach, personal trainer. Previously given the introduction, beginning of this podcast, so you know a little bit about him. And this guy is purely genius. He's doing a lot of things for the community and society at the moment during the pandemic and after the pandemic as well. So we're gonna get jump into about his past, where he come from, who he is, those of you don't know, and then we straight into get to today's topic. So today we chose to talk about the successful body, the book Mr. Sebastien written. So we're gonna talk about what do you mean by successful body and things like that. Will be more interesting things to learn from him. So without further ado, let's dive in. So thank you so much, Mr. Badun, coming into our show, and our audience is looking forward to learn from you and know more about you. How have you been doing today?
So thank you very much, Razel. Hi, everyone. I'm very fine. Yes, I'm very glad, for this amazing interview because I used to heard your podcast. It's very interesting.
Right.
So when you decided to reach out to me, I was very glad to share my experience through your podcast and explain maybe it can help for different, other people to find the best way to reach out their goals and
Yeah.
understand exactly their inner and why they sometimes they stop, in front of different fears in order
Yeah.
to reach out their goal. So, hi everyone, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm really, really grateful to have you on my show. And obviously our fans will be as well and get to learn a lot of things from you. Thanks for your valuable time. So obviously, I can see you achieved a lot of things in your life, even police officer, sports person, coach, consultant, and everything last week, even in a lots of TV show in France and all the Europe and the
Indeed.
magazine, things like that. So yeah, after you achieving everything, so we want to know before Mr. Sebastien right now, who you was on my younger self, like who you used to be. Are you shy? You good in the school? Where you come from? Just tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
yourself at the early age.
Yeah, so I was born in France and
Mm,
actually I'm living Paris.
okay.
I came out in the southeast in France and I I read in the poor family, so I used to understand exactly what the best way for me and for all my family to find something very sustainable just to survive. So I grew up very fast. And then I had realized at that time that I need to learn about my own experience, about different careers on my life. So that's why I studied as competitor as
Yeah.
basketball player in France. And then after, when I realized that I have more tools and skills in that field, so I decided to change completely my career, and I started as a police officer in the special forces in France.
Right.
And then I can manage, psychology things. So I understand at that time that I could, mix between my body and my mind just to be more efficient in my life.
Mhm.
So I can manage different crises, and all this situation, bad situation, throughout breathing at the same time to release our stress and all, bad feelings. So
Yeah.
and then after I have decided to combine this just to be as a life coach and help many clients, to find their why and their goals, and they dream big all the time. So
Hmm.
that's why I have different paths in my career and different
Interesting.
activities. Yeah, but you can see this link, to
Yeah.
manage physically and mentally your body,
Yeah.
and that's why right now I'm like coach. Yes.
Yeah, just so I have one question. Probably a lot of my listeners have the same question as well. Like, why chose police officer? Is that something you really wanted to do when you're young age? Obviously, with young age, we always want to be like Superman, things like that. So obviously,
Yeah.
policeman in real life, Superman, to be honest. So is that something you had to do in the
Yeah.
early age, or what made you like being a police officer?
Yeah, I needed to achieve something in my life. So, when you was young, you decided either military, a fireman, or a
Yeah,
police officer. And at that time, I had realized that I can combine between politicians, because I would like to be more interested in this field, and combine directly as a bodyguard.
yeah,
So I would like to protect more than just a human being. I would like to protect a nation. I would like to protect the governments. I would like to protect someone who represents uh, something that I missed in my life, because my dad is come from Ivory Coast, and my mother, she's French. So
mhm,
so I have two different cultures, and I
yeah,
needed at that time to better understanding who is my inner half African people, citizen, and
yeah,
half European people. So, and throughout this this experience, I can find myself, and on the same time helping people that
yeah,
I truly need. And then after I need just to get more skills, more knowledge, more experiences. And then after, I decided to move on and change completely this chapter of my life. Yeah.
yeah. That's interesting. And then, like, when did you stop like being police officer? Is this recently, and you decided to go from like being police officer to you think like it gonna bring more impact on people's life and with the life coaching? When the transition happened?
um, the transition was necessary, because on the same time when I was police officer,
Yeah,
I used to help other people, um, with their mind, with their goals. So um, my habits, it was just for helping people. So I
yeah,
stopped my career as a police officer 6 years ago,
yeah,
and my transition was natural, because I had different clients at that time, and I
mm,
would like to pursue with them, to be more close to them. And
yeah,
when you were police officer, you don't have a time, unfortunately, for all people. So I had to make this choice, and
mm,
sometimes different choices are very um, um, benefit, for your life, because you don't know exactly where you're going to go, but you
yeah,
know that it's the right time to change something in your life. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why I stopped my career 6 years ago. Yeah.
Right. So how are you finding your career, new career right now, being a life coach? Do you see like a changing people's life that makes you happy or makes you content? How do you feel about
Yeah.
your new career right now?
Um, to be honest, it's not a job to me, because it's
Mm,
very patient, because you stay very
mm,
close to people and you share something very strong, because the individualism right now is raised all the time, throughout different social media, throughout different, right now our activities and company, you can work at home, and so you separate your relationship with others, and you stay on the same place on the frame, and I would like to be very close to my client, and show them that I'm not their side, and I can help them to be more efficient and bring some tools for their success.
yeah,
So I would like, yeah, to stay very very close to their companies, to their life relationship, for their families, and all, and you truly need to stay very physically with this person. Yes.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so like you've written a book called The Successful Body. So
Yeah.
what is a successful body mean to uh, that's the interesting like name of the book, and really, really interesting book. I haven't read it yet. So obviously I'm curious like my audience as well. So know more
Mhm.
about it. So if you can explain a little bit about it and what's the behind the reason of you writing this book. And I
Of
know
course.
like you've been
So
featured for the book in lots of television in France and like a magazine and things like that, and doing really, really
yeah.
well. So yeah, tell us about it. We are really, really curious to know.
The successful, it was a good period of my life, because
Mhm.
I am co-author on this amazing book with 33 experts in their field.
Right.
The Successful Body was written by Eric Severson, and he decided to reach out different people in their fields as an expert to explain exactly what the body means. Because when you say body, you mean just your shape, your muscles, but it's more than that. You have your soul, you have your mind, your brain, and your brain is a real key part of your life. And sometimes people, find a goal, but it's not, we need to redefine their goal in order to keep this motivation to be more efficient and accept exactly who these people are, So that's why the successful body is the body, in holistic term, because I had created an ecosystem between the mindset, the nutrition, and sport activity. So you have something you eat, it's very benefit for your heart, for your blood cells, your vein, and your organs. And then after you have your mindset, you need to release and breathing in order to create your homeostasis. This is a great moment of your body, to control exactly, your mind and all your organs. And then after you have your sport activities to stimulate different hormones like endorphins, just to be more efficient and control your stress, control your emotion, control everything. So that's why a successful body means a lot about that. And that's why we have 33 experts to explain exactly their own background and what they have, on their mind to help others to highlight their life. Yes.
Interesting. So who do you recommend this book is ideal for? Is it for everyone, or like who wants to be get in shape, like reduce anxiety, depression, things like that, or like for everyone? What do you think
This book is definitely for everyone. Everyone who wants to start a business, everyone to start a career, or maybe on your family, just to really find exactly who you are in that time in that moment of your life. And because of this situation, the bad situation with pandemic, everyone needs to really find exactly who they are, in this earth, and which key they need to pursue, in order to give a sense of their life. So this book is for a teenager, for people who want to go to school or university, but also a parent, husband, a wife, and all people who want to have a better brain and know exactly how to combine their brain and their body. Yes.
On a similar time. Yeah. So when did the book launch? Is it during the pandemic or this year?
Yeah, this book launched in February. They started in February and was directly, bestseller in United States and Canada. So it's a successful
straight away.
name. Yeah, straight away, because people needed at that time something very, very specific for them, just to better understand what's happening in this world. And I think this book is a good solution to bring, this kind of highlights on yourself. Yeah.
So what side of the book like you written? Is it like mindset wise, or is it body? So which one was your specialty?
My specialty is I have created an ecosystem. So and I have my own method. The name is MPC Vision. So for M means motivation, P means perseverance, and C means confidence. So this I have written the second chapter, the whole second chapter, and explain my own experience throughout my own career and my vision with my clients, and my perspective for the future. So I'm specialized, in the holistic term on health and well-being. So that's why it's not just, one tool. It's not just sport activities, or not just about nutrition or mindset. You need to create this lifestyle, if you want to pursue something very sustainable.
Yeah, it's a whole approach, like everything combined. So mind, body, and everything need to be working at the same time to achieve the whatever your
Y-
goals you're having. Yeah,
y- Yeah, but for all people, you have the same goal, is living better
yeah,
and longer. So you can't just avoid something else. You just need to do something just a little bit, step by step, with your sport activities during the day. If you're anxious, if you have some anxiety, or stress, or you need to release and breathe, normally, for the mindfulness. This is the kind of sport, of course. And
yeah,
then after, your nutrition help you to be more efficient for everything. So
mm,
you need to, not necessarily diet, but eat well all the time. This balance between carbs, protein, and vegetables.
yeah,
And in order to bring, the best tools in your body. And then after, of course, you have your mindfulness, because the mindset is very important.
yeah,
The mindset is on the top, because the brain represents, something very special that we don't know exactly how the power is. We have exactly in ourselves, but this is the key of our success. So if you're,
yeah.
aware on your mind, you can do it anything you want on your life.
Yeah, that's really, really interesting. And it's a great book, to be honest, so far I'm hearing from you. And looking forward to read this book as well. So where can I and my
Okay.
audience can find this book? Where is this selling at the moment?
Oh, you can find a different platform. You have Amazon, of course,
Yeah,
Kindle. This is the main platform, or you can find easily this
yeah,
book. Um, so don't hesitate just to take a look, in the different summarize on this platform, and maybe you can find the best key for you to to know more about this book, and maybe buy it, or just find the
yeah,
best key for you. Yeah, the goal is more important than everything. So don't forget
yeah.
that you can handle anything you want, but by your own, not through
Mhm.
others people, but you can find with different research
Yeah,
who the best for you. Yeah.
yeah. So what I'll do is, without any talking further, because I want to keep it interesting. So I don't want you to share everything
Okay.
what's in your book. So what I'll do is, I'm gonna leave a link on the podcast or even the YouTube channel, so you can go and buy this book or listen to if the audiobook is available, so you can listen to the audiobook as well. So we're gonna talk to like different things, like what's your future goals and what are you trying to achieve in next? Because I know like you go from career to career and doing really well on those careers. So
Yeah.
what's your future goal, and you're trying to do something else differently?
My main goal is something, I hesitate all the time, and I say to myself, if I can, reach out this goal, because it's very big.
Yeah,
Because if you have a dream, but without motivation, without action, it's just a dream. So I just need to pursue my career, and throughout my different, network and chapter of my life. Because to me, your life is like a huge book, and you need to close different chapter and open other one, just to create your life, your
yeah,
lifestyle. So I would like to have more people than right now. So in different, places, I would like to get this PhD in neuroscience,
right.
to better understand our brain, and how it, you can fix it different things,
Mm.
because it's an amazing tools, on your life, and we have
Mhm.
everyone, in ourselves. So I would like to exchange different, experiences with different people, and maybe my path of career can change your belly. But be honest, I just want to help more people than right now, and make
Yeah,
different conferences to explain my own experience, and maybe stimulate different things in their different mind, and people inspire people to do the same thing, to make sense in your life. So I
yeah,
would like to share that with everyone.
definitely. So how do you think we can find a driving force that will lead us to achieving like a bigger success for ourselves? So what
Mhm.
do you suggest?
um, we need to start, because everyone, had this power to change their life. So it's real, but it's not easy. So we need to go out of our comfort zone, and um, don't blame yourself. Just do it something, very sustainable. So start something, a few steps, one time, then a second time, but because we don't know exactly what we need, but we know exactly what we don't want anymore. So we need to start to clean everything, in our life, and then after start our process. And our process, you can create, good energy around yourself. And if you feel better in you, you can spread, a good energy for others. So leadership means perseverance and suffering. We need to suffer all the time to stimulate our senses, your smell, your touch, everything. And then after, you need to use it to to overcome obstacles, daily in your life. So I think for me, just this act, and this act is a good consequences to be a leader on the life.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So what is your routine for maintaining mental and physical health? So what's you currently doing at the moment? Staying happy and everything else. So it's an interesting question, isn't it?
It's very interesting because we need to push ourselves all the time to be better. So you just need to raise 1% of your day on your routine, but do it something more. Just 1%, 2%, 3% more. And then after, you can stimulate, learn yourself, learn, invest in yourself, invest in your education, your own education, make different formation, worldwide. Throughout this internet, we have these, facilities just to take a different, formation and educate ourselves. So educate yourself, take ownership of your life, because it's very important. Take ownership of everything in your life. This is the real case, basic word, but it's worth everyone who decided to do something better in their life. You can do it, but just make an action. Action is the key of everything.
Make a small progress over time, then obviously compound effect will take over a big change in your life, isn't it? So why is your a worst enemy at the moment?
Sorry, I don't.
What is your worst enemy?
My worst enemy is myself. My worst enemy is myself, definitely, because failure is a part of success. But if you give up, this is the worst failure on earth. So you need to redefine everything. You don't. Be honest, it's just me. It depends on me and my dream. If you don't find your why, you don't have this process to dream big and make an action, all the time, your process. So to me, the worst enemy is myself, definitely.
So you are competing with yourself every single day to improve better version of yourself, isn't it?
Of course, but we need all people to push them up, don't be competitive with others, be competitive in yourself, against you, against your acts, against everything. So we need build a team, we need build, relationship between different people, communicate, we need to learn and teach, of course. So at that time, if you understand that the worst enemy is yourself, this is the best first step for you to change, because this is very important to change. And
definitely. So what is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear is won't be able to.
Police officer shouldn't have any.
Well, we have fear, because fear is the good, is our ally. We need to. It's my friend. Fear is my friend, because if I don't have any fear, I can push me, all the time out of my comfort zone and hesitate, because we need to hesitate. We need to say, okay, I'm confident in myself, but I don't know if it's successful for what I'm gonna do. So fear is fear is a part of what of the process, to achieve something. So my fear is won't be able to realize all I want I want to do, before I'm dead, because time is our worst enemy anymore. Time is something we can control. So
Yeah. So what do you think about the internet and the social media right now? Do you think it's a chaotic, or we have to have a balance, or like it's okay? What's your opinion
uh,
on it?
my opinion, it's a great tool, because internet, you can, make any research you want, but
Yeah.
we need to be carefully, because this tool is so easy to do something away from other people. So we need to communicate. So don't
Yeah.
forget to communicate with other human beings. But
Yeah.
this tool can bring anything you want, because you can educate yourself if you have
Mhm.
any question on your mind. So you have this answer, just write something down your computer, your laptop, and you have your answer. So I think, to me, it's a great tool, but do it carefully, use it carefully, and without forget that the most the most tools in the world is communicate with other people. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap up soon. So before we do that, so have like a last question for you. So we are in a period of pandemic, and probably it's easing away a little bit. Every single country is coming out of it on lockdown and things like that. So do you have any advice for our listeners how they can improve themselves better way? Like a lot of people gonna lose job or career wise, making changes because of the situation. So what do you have
Mhm.
to say to our listeners?
I would like to say for listeners, I think it's a great moment to redefine your goals. To don't forget your family, your friends, yourself, because this situation is like a circle. Okay, something happened right now, but maybe, in decades, 10 years later, something can be happen the same thing. So we need to adapt our situation with this pandemic. So
Yeah.
of course, be careful, because we need to be very careful for this microvirus, because we don't know exactly how to spread it and all this stuff. But um, don't blame yourself to change completely your path of your career right now. So I
Yeah.
think it's a great moment to change something in your life. Um, do it. Don't hesitate to do it. Stay very close to the people you love, and don't forget that the only fears on your life, and the only obstacles on your life is yourself.
Yeah.
So start your life right now. It's a good process to start something very sustainable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great advice, Mr. Vadun. So thank you so much for being on our show. I really, really appreciate it, even though my
Thank you,
listeners will
Reza.
appreciate it so much. You've been a really great person to share all of the knowledge and experiences in today. And obviously the main bit, which is in your book. So I encourage all of my listeners to go buy his book, The Successful Body. Is It'll be on Amazon. Kindle. Also, I'm gonna leave the link on the podcast on my YouTube channel as well, so you can go out and find this as well. And also, you can connect
Yeah,
with Mr. Sebastine on his LinkedIn, social media,
of
Facebook.
course.
Is Sebastien
Yeah.
Assohou. So I'm gonna link that as well. So if you wanna go check him out, his work, and if you wanna work with him, yeah, there's a great platform to work with him as well. So thank you so much, Mr. Weston. I'll leave
Thank
you
you very
here
much.
today, and I appreciate your time. So thank you,
Thank you, Reza,
everyone.
for everything.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye, listeners.
everyone. I'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you in the next episode.